Good day, my students. You are welcome to e-learning. My name is Rashida Umar. Our subject of discussion today is agricultural science. Topic: floriculture. Outlines. Today we are going to talk about meaning of floriculture. Then we look at the importance of ornamental plants. We proceed to common species of ornamental. Then we see the cultivation of our ornamental plant before we proceed to sources of planting material. Then we look at the maintenance of ornamental plants. Meaning of floriculture. Floriculture simply means, or can be simply defined as the production and management of ornamental plants such as trees, shrubs and flowers. In other words, floriculture involves the growth, care, uses and marketing of some flowering plants. What is ornamental? Ornamental plants are beautiful trees or flowering plants which can be used to decorate our environment. Importance of ornamental plants. Number one important is it serves as source of employment or income. Ornamental plants and flowers provide employment, income to the horticulture or florist. Who is a florist? A florist is somebody or a person that grows and sells flowers. So one of the major importance of this ornamental plant is that it serves as employment and source of income to the florist. As he is selling the flowers, he grows the flowers and sells them, and he gets his own money, and it also serves as what? Source of income to him, where he gets his money, and it is also source of employment. Second important, for decoration. Shade-loving ornamental can be used for decoration in porches, verandas and halls. These are ornamental flowers. We use them for decoration. They are very beautiful flowers that we keep them around our environment, and it also it decorates our environment. Expression of love. We also use flowers to express love. Flowers are used for expression of love as gifts or on special occasions. They serve as what? Expression of love. If you have your loved ones, you can give them flower as what? As gifts. Maybe on occasions like Christmas, birthday, Salah or other occasions. So you present the flowers as what? As gifts to your loved ones. Improvement of soil fertility. Decay of the leaves of ornamental plants improves soil fertility. These are flowers. They also increase soil fertility because as they rust, as they fall down, the flowers fall down, they decay and they cover the soil. They now decompose and turn into what? Into nutrients to the soil. Purification of environment. Ornamental plants include other plants help to purify environment or atmospheric air by removing carbon dioxide and releasing oxygen. These flowers, they are like other plants. They purify the environment by taking away the carbon dioxide and releasing oxygen in order for us to have fresh air. Provision of shade. Some flowering plants have large and broad leaves which are capable of providing shade in residential, industrial or commercial environments. These flowers, they help us in what? In providing shade, because some of them, they have broad leaves. They are big in size, the leaves are broad, so they assist or they help us in providing shade in our commercial environment or even at our homes, where you just go and sit there and get your fresh air. Another important is it serves as windbreaks. Some ornamental plants do assist in serving as windbreak. What we mean here is that these flowers, they serve as windbreaks. It means that they reduce the intensity. When the wind blows with heavy intensity, so it has to the leaves they now stop it. They reduce the intensity of the wind before it finally reaches the ground or the soil. Because without the trees, when the wind blows with heavy intensity, it causes what? Soil wind erosion or water erosion. So that is why these flowers, it is very important. It serves as the wind breaks. It now reduces the intensity of that wind so that it will not fall directly to the soil. Another important is that beautification of environments. Ornamental plants and flowers are used to beautify the environment, such as residential areas and along the road. These flowers, they are what? They are used to beautify our environment. Sometimes in your homes or along the road, when you are going, you will see flowers. They are being planted along the road, and they what? They beautify our environment. It serves as tourist centers. Well-established ornamental gardens do serve as tourist attraction. Most people, they like flowers. So anywhere there is a lot of beautiful flowers, people like visiting such places to relax, for their relaxation. Now, let's move to the common species of ornamental plants. This ornamental plant, it has about 3 species. The first one is the ornamental tree. We have the ornamental shrubs, and we also have the ornamental flowers, which we are going to take them one after the other. Now, this one is the ornamental trees. They are just like trees, but they are what? They are flowers. They are in form of trees. An example of this ornamental tree is, we have the frangipani, we have the royal palm, we have the balsam, and we have the Indian almond, etc. We have so many of them. So as you can see, this is a diagram or a photograph of our ornamental trees. They are in form of trees. The second one is the ornamental shrubs. These ornamental shrubs, it is like the tree, but it's not as big as the tree, and it has a lot of branches. Example of these ornamental shrubs, they are the almanda, we have the wild rose, we have hibiscus, and we also have crotons, etc. The third one is the ornamental flowers. Ornamental flowers, they are just flowers. As you can see here, they are flowers. They beautify environment. An example of these ornamental flowers are the morning glory, we have the water lettuce, we have sunflower, we have canna lily. All these, they are part of ornamental flowers. Now, let's move to the cultivation of ornamental plants. Ornamental plants are better cultivated through a number of cultural practices in order to enhance good production and high quality of flowers. Cultivation of ornamental plants include, number 1, choice of the site. Now we are going to see the things or the procedure that we follow when cultivating our flowers. These are the cultural practice that we are going to consider. We will follow them one after the other. So the first one is choice of site. The site should be well drained, easily accessible to the florists and customers. Water should easily be available for watering of flowers. Here they are talking about the site. Before you start cultivation of flower, the first thing you do is for you to what? To do site selection. You have to select a site where you cultivate your flowers, and the site has to be what? Well drained, because flowers doesn't like too much water. When the area or the soil is waterlogged, it is not good for the flower. So the first thing you consider is what? It has to be a well-drained area. Secondly, it has to be what? Accessible to what? To the florist. That is the person that is growing and selling the flower. And also it has to be what? Very close to what? To customers. The site has to be where your customers will see you and they will patronize you. And also the place has to be what? Very close to place where you can get water. Because these flowers cannot survive without water. You have to be watering them on a regular basis. So that is why when doing your choice of site, you have to make sure there is available or abundance of water in the area. Secondly, Planting materials. Planting materials include seed, vegetative propagation through cut stems, roots, or leaves. After choosing a site, the second thing that you do is what? You have to look for your planting materials to plant. And these planting materials, they include seed. In flowers, it's not only the seed that you plant, you can also use cut stems, roots, or some of the leaves. Thirdly is method of cultivation. Method of cultivation, ornamental plants can be grown through any of the following methods. We have about 4 methods in which we use in what? In cultivation of our ornamental plants, that is our flowers. The first point there is use of prepared bed. The first one is use of prepared bed. It means if you want to plant your flowers, you can make bed. You can make it in bed and you do the planting in bed. And the second method is direct sowing to the soil. So you can just dig your soil and put the seed or the seedlings direct into the soil. Another method is use of nylon bag. This use of nylon bag, I think, is one of the commonest methods that are being used by the florists. If you are going along the road, you see so many of the florists there. They are putting their flowers in what? In nylon bag. Some of the bags are in different shapes. We have the black circular leather, and you can also even use your ordinary pure water polythene leather. That is, after drinking your pure water, the empty sachet, the empty leather, you just cut it. After cutting it, you pour your what? Loamy soil into the polythene bag, into the pure water, ordinary pure water sachet. You put it, and you put what? You apply manure, a little of manure into the loamy soil. Then you put your seedling or your seed, and you plant it. You apply water. The fourth and the last method is the use of pots. Sometimes you can also use pot, the flowering pot, the flower pot. You just plant your flowers inside the pot. So as you can see, we have 4 methods of cultivation of our ornamental plant. We have the use of the prepared bed, we have direct sowing to the soil, and we have use of nylon bags, and you can also use your pots. Number 4. Provision of shade. Shade should be provided for seedlings to protect them against excessive rainfall and heat. When you want to cultivate your flower, you have to look for what? For a shade. Because these flowers, they don't need much or excessive heat from the sun, and they don't need excessive rainfall. So that is why you have to do it under a shade. You look for a shade and you do them directly under the shade. The next one is use of loamy soil or organic manure. Soil in which seed or stem cutting are to be planted should be loamy soil because it is very fertile. Some organic manure can also be added to the soil to improve its fertility. Why do we need loamy soil to cultivate our crops? Because loamy soil, it is what? It is very rich in soil or plant nutrients. It is very rich in the nutrients. That is why we use loamy soil for cultivation of our flowers and other crops. And it is also very important for you to add the manure into the loamy soil so that it will what? It will increase the soil fertility. Now, let's move to the sources of planting materials. Materials such as the seed, cut stems, leaves, and rhizomes are usually sourced through the following ways. Maybe some of you would like to start practicing or cultivation of the ornamental plant, but your problem is the sources. You don't know the sources, you don't know where you can get these seedlings or seed. So these are the sources. The first source there is the established private horticultural garden. It is a garden where they are selling flowers, the seedlings, the seed, roots, and leaves but it is private. It is not owned by the government. The second one is the higher institution botanical garden. So this higher institutional botanical garden, it is a garden that is being organized, or it is being there for it is from institutions. The third one is government-owned horticultural centers. These government-owned horticultural centers, they are being provided by the government. There are also centers where you can go and get or purchase your seedlings, your seed, but they are owned by the government. The fourth one is private houses. There are some people that they have these flowers in their homes, in their private homes. They have their gardens there. They have their ornamental plants, whereby you just go there and buy it from them. Or you can even go, not necessarily to buy. If your neighbors have beautiful flowers, you can just go to them and they will give you flowers so that you start your own ornamental flowers. The fifth one is imported ornamental trees and flowers. These imported ornamental trees and flowers, they are being imported from abroad. They are foreign species that does not belong here. So we used to we import them from overseas. Now, let's move to the maintenance of ornamental plants. The first one there is provision of shade. Shade should be provided for seedlings to protect them against excessive rainfall and heat of the sun. As I earlier mentioned, these flowers, they don't need excessive heat from the sun, and they don't need excessive rainfall. So that is why you have to provide a shade for them. You plant them under the shade. Number two, regular watering. Horticultural plants should be watered at least twice daily. You have to be watering your plant, and it has to be watered twice daily. That is in the morning before the sunrise, and in the evening after the sunset. Regular weeding. The florist should ensure that unwanted plants, that is the weed, are removed so as to allow adequate nutrient space and light for normal growth. You have to be, as the floriculturist, you have to be You have to be removing the weed regularly so that your weed and flowers will not go into competition of nutrient and sunlight at the same time. So you have to remove the weed to allow your flowers to grow well. Fertilizer application. Fertilizer and manure can be applied to the soil to improve the growth of ornamental plants. It is very important for you to apply fertilizer. Fertilizers, they are in two forms. We have the organic and the inorganic manure. So you can apply any of the two, but the flowers, they prefer the organic manure. That is the ones that you get from your chicken dropping, that is poultry droppings, or cow dung. You apply them so that they will do They will add more nutrient to the soil and allow or give chance to the flowers to grow well, so that at the end of it you have very, very best product. Fencing. Ornamental plants should be protected from being eaten up by animals like the cattle, sheep, goats, etc. It is very, very important for you to fence your garden so that you protect the plant from From animals like the goats, sheep, and cow. If you allow it open without fencing, they can easily destroy your plants. Regular pruning. All leaves, stems, and side branches should be pruned with either shears or secateur. This pruning simply means the removing of the dead part or dead branches of the tree. If you want to reduce it or you want to remove the dead side, you do that by By using your shears or your secateur. And sometimes we do this regular pruning to beautify the flower. Because if you allow it to be growing without pruning it, it will give you a bad shape. But as you are pruning it, you can now prune it and give it a very beautiful shape. You can even shape it to your taste. Now we have come to the end of this lesson, but before we go, let me summarize this lesson. We have seen the definition or meaning of floriculture. We have also seen the importance of ornamental plants. We have seen the common species of ornamental plants, cultivation of ornamental plants, and we have also discussed about sources of planting material, where we also move to the maintenance of ornamental plants and see how we maintain our ornamental plants. Now, students, before I go, I would like to leave this assignment with you. Number 1, outline 6 benefits derived from growing ornamental plants. Question number 2, give 2 examples each of 1. Ornamental trees, 2. Ornamental shrubs, 3. Ornamental flowers. I repeat again. Question number 1, outline 6 benefits derived from growing ornamental plants. Question number 2, give 2 examples of each. Number 1, ornamental trees. Number 2, ornamental shrubs. And the third one, ornamental flowers. So, please, if you have any question to ask, or if you want to send your assignment, you want to submit your assignment, you can send it through my WhatsApp number 080 34 51 35 76. I repeat, 080 34 51 35 76. Stay home, stay safe, and always remember to wash your hands. Thank you.